Hi, YouTube fam. I am Angeline, the nursing assistant. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Informative Friday. Hi, you guys. On this Informative Friday, we will be talking about unconscious patient. What if, as a nursing assistant, you walk in a room and your patient seems to be unconscious? I say seems to be because we have not did a full analyze whether this patient is asleep or is actually unconscious. So, as a nursing assistant, we will be discussing what should you do when you walk in a patient room and they seems to be unconscious. So let's get into this Informative Friday. You walk into a patient room and you look at the patient and the patient seems to be unconscious. The first thing you would do is go and do an assessment. And this assessment, you would check for breathing, and you would sometimes is shadow breathing. So what you would do is kind of put your head down on the patient's chest and see if it's a rise or a fall in the chest. Second, you will also check the pulse. And if the patient have no pulse and is not breathing, you can assume that maybe he's having cardiac arrest. Then you would immediately ring the call light, the emergency call light for the nurse, and you will also shout code blue. Most facilities, code blue is a code for emergency. And if that's not your code, whatever signal that your hospital, nursing home has created for emergency, then that's the signal you would call. At this point, you have determined that the patient is not breathing. The patient do not have a pulse. So now you will begin to prepare to start CPR. You would then lower the patient bed, loosen the patient clothing, put a backboard under the patient if one is available, and depending on your facility protocol and no nurse have arrived yet, you would then start CPR. You will only do compression only, and that is 100 compression per minute. When the nurse arrives and the rescue team arrive, you would then let the nurse or rescue team take over. You would then be a support to the rescue team. You may have to fetch different equipment, gather different equipment, take over the compression once a nurse or the rescue team get tired. So at this point, you are at standby at bedside to do whatever the rescue team needs you to do. If you come across this situation in a home health setting, it's a little different because, as I said on my previous video about home health, you are pretty much in there alone, except for the family member. And most family members are not trained to act in emergency situation, at least in this type of emergency situation. So you will have to take control over the situation. Pretty much you will go through the same step, but instead of ringing a call light or calling shouting code blue, you would shout out to the family member to call 911. But you will have to start CPR immediately. And in this case, you will also have to know whether this patient is a DNR or not. This also goes for the hospital and nursing home patient. Will not perform CPR. You will let them go peacefully. So you will have to know this information before you engage in CPR. And most of the time, you will have this information before you come across this situation. But anyway, like I said, if you're in the home health, you will have to start CPR immediately. And you would continue to do that until the emergency rescue team arrive. But if the family member by chance know how to do CPR, you can get them to assist you, because doing CPR, it really wears you out, especially for a long period of time. So you guys, that's it for this Informative Friday. I hope you guys got something out of it. But if you would you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell, because you don't want to miss not one of my videos. Not one. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get it started.